Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Hold on. Sick. If this mountain. Let me know if y'all can hear me. See something once I gotta find my dang. Oh my God, where's my wallet at? Hold on, man. What's going on, y'all? I gotta make sure I got my freaking wallet. Hold on. I hate that when I lose stuff. I know y'all probably like, dang, no, I just felt like I lost my wallet and I just had it. Shit. Don't tell me, man, I can't find my wallet. Hold on, y'all. Shit. Give me a second. Oh, no. I don't see it. Damn, hold on, y'all. I can't find my damn wallet. Whew, man, I thought I lost my damn wallet. I was finna have a damn bird. Shit. Damn, I'm gonna keep dropping my damn phone and shit. Whew. I found it, y'all. But man, it was in that crawl space. I thought I had lost my wallet, man. I was finna freak out. That's what we get when we put too much stuff in the inventory. But yeah, so what was I saying? Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what I was talking about. Basically, when it comes to us Pisces, man. So I just had a bad situation happen just a few minutes ago. So I'm gonna tell you guys of a sensitive situation, and this is what I mean by sensitivity when it comes to us Pisces. Like how put it like this, how can a Pisces be sensitive? And it's like people think that it means something different, and it's like, no, when a Pisces sensitive, that means that we're sensitive to behaviors, we're sensitive to how people say things. Like some people do things and they think that they're actually concealing what they're doing. They act like we don't see exactly what they're doing. So it's like when I arrived, mind you, this lady that I just did an Instacart order for, she had so many freaking items, and a lot of the items, groceries that she had were bulky. So she had a bulky load. So welcome everybody, welcome to the live chat. And it was just crazy, man. She had what, eight bottles, I mean not eight bottles, eight like cases of Gatorade. And it was the one that has like all the, like, I think it was not 12 packs. Was it 12? I think it was, I can't even remember. It's just like the little bitty ones, but it was about 8 packages of those. She had about a few of those 24 packs. She had a bunch of like Cheez-Its and all kind of like muffins and just bunch of carbs and milk and eggs and just stuff. So I'm like, okay, boom. I'm like, I'm gonna just deliver it to her. No, I was gonna bring it to her front door. Then as soon as I pull up, I almost hit two people that was like, riding their bikes. So it was like I didn't even see them because I'm trying to make sure I arrived at the correct address. I pull up in their driveway. The lady comes outside. She's like, could you just put it by the garage instead of the front door? Now, I'm kind of being a Pisces, being sensitive to the fact that why wouldn't you not want me to bring your groceries to the front door? Why would you want me to bring your groceries to the garage? I never understood that, because why? Unless, now this is a disclaimer, unless you're who is, I'm done, bro. This is so fucking annoying. I can't do shit, bro. Everybody's all in my Kool-Aid. Look at this, bro. See that? Look. See? Let's zoom in, because this is getting on my nerves, bro. This is the shit I gotta put. This is every day. This is what I have to do. I have to deal with every fucking day. Look at this. Am I doing anything wrong other than I'm being watched by the police? Is like, dude, what the fuck am I doing something wrong, y'all? Tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. I'm trying to fucking, dude, I'm trying to go live, and this is the stuff that I gotta deal with. Like, give me some damn privacy, bro. I'm about to get the tinted windows anyway, fam. I feel like every time I'm trying to go live, I'm always being watched. I can't do nothing. It's always somebody gang stalking, man. That's what I was talking about with the sensitivity. I didn't even know that the damn police were just sitting there, or whoever they are. I didn't know that they were just sitting there all that time watching me like that. And it's like, literally, I just pulled into a slot or a parking spot just to talk to y'all. So if I look at it like this, if you look, this is the lot of where I'm sitting at, as you can see, right? All these cars. And then if you look and see in front of me, it's a car lot. So it's like, I ain't really, it ain't like, oh, because you parked in the only spot. Like, no, there's a car right there. And then obviously it's cars behind me. So, and you know, a grocery store. So to me, it didn't really make sense for them to really be like just staring me down like that. What's going on, Go Diego? What's going on? So what I mean by a Pisces being sensitive to the fact that, you know, with the customer, it was like she came out the front door. She's like, "Oh, I would like for you to bring the groceries to the garage." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then she had her sprinklers, you know, sprinkling the grass, watering the grass. So then, mind you, they were positioned in such a way that was not going to affect me. So this is why I'm kind of confused. Like, well, maybe she wanted me to have a closer, you know, walk space to get the groceries to her garage. Now, I don't mind doing something other than what I'm used to, because I guess, you know, the customer is it's a preference situation for them. But I didn't see it that way, because like I said, as Pisces, we be sensitive to people's energies, and when somebody say something to us, we always hear something different. And it's like, when I mean by different, I'm saying that we hear you basically being on some BS with us. Like, we can decipher that, oh, you're not just saying have a good day. We take it as the way you say it. Like, we can really understand if you really are saying have a good day, if you mean it, or if you're just like trying to be dismissive and just be rude about it. So those are the things you know, you got to watch out for. I appreciate that, Annabelle. Hope I'm saying your name, Annabelle. Said, love your hat. Yeah, I appreciate that. What's going on, Go Diego? You said, yo, real, what's going on? So this is the thing. So basically, she the lady, let me tell y'all how this goes down. She said, bring it to the garage. I'm unloading all her stuff, y'all, the bulky stuff. And I'm like, boom, I'm breaking a sweat, you know, because I'm carrying all this heavy stuff. And next thing you know, the garage opens up. The lady is there again. She's like, she reiterates and says again, as if I didn't hear her say it the first time. Oh yeah, just set it right there in front of the garage. So, you know, mind you, her order it says that I must take a picture. I do that anyway, just because, you know, it's your word against theirs, and I've already been lied to before, so I know that I must take a photo of the delivery. So, mind you, as soon as I set her groceries at the garage, the very thing of my intuition was telling me that maybe she would try to get her groceries before the order, that she'll try to get her groceries in the house before I had a chance to take the picture. And that's why I felt like, oh, like, why wouldn't you want me to deliver your groceries to her front door because that's where the address is. So now y'all see my perspective of looking at the situation. So I put her groceries on the ground, next to the her garage. She had two garage doors. Next thing you know, like I said, I don't know if that was her husband. Maybe he was coming out to help, obviously help her with the groceries. Then it was like two older gentlemen came outside after him, and they were just sitting there, and they, all of a sudden the older guy, he's like, hey man, and this is what I don't understand. And I don't want to say it's a culture thing, but in a way it kind of is, because like, I really love like my own culture and everything, but this is one little thing bothers me, is the fact that like when we are really doing a service for our own people, it's like, why do certain why do certain ones just go out of their way just to try to like say disrespectful stuff like to somebody that's not even bothering you? Like, our kind need to really chill out with that, just being unprofessional and just saying things that you really shouldn't say to a person other than if you know them or not. Like, so the father's like, as I'm sitting here huffing and puffing, I'm getting the groceries, mind you, this, like I said, is bulky items. I'm doing exactly what the customer told me to do. So I put him at the door, and then next, he comes outside and he's like, hey man, how much more you got? He like, hey man, hey man, how much more you got, man? Like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, don't rush me, dude. Like, first off, it's a certain type of way. Just let me do my job. Why the hell are y'all, like, all of y'all outside? Was this planned? I felt like this was something that they already discussed, how they was going to, do me once I got there, because the whole, don't bring it to the front door, bring it to the side door. It's like, oh, y'all don't want the neighbors to see what was going on. So now y'all all gang up on me as I'm trying to do my job. So next thing you know, that's the father. He's the one barking, saying, "Oh, hey man, how much more you got, man?" And I'm like, oh, appreciate that, locked up, appreciate that. He's like, how much more y'all got, man? No, he said, how much more you got, man? Like that. So I'm like, nah, this man trying to be the tough guy. He trying to be tough just because it's a guy that's the same culture doing a delivery. I just felt like, see, if I was a different culture, you wouldn't even have brought your you know what I'm saying? I can't say the certain words on the live as always, but it's like, you wouldn't even have came outside had I was a different culture. You wouldn't even have stuck your neck out. You would have stayed your ass in the house. Like, you coming outside, you trying to check me because I'm another brother. So it's like, oh, you trying to make it seem like you on my like, oh, trying to seem like you want to be hovering around me as I'm trying to do my job. So me, I kill him with kindness, as oftentimes as a Pisces does. I'm like, okay. I said, yeah, man. I said, hey, I said, yeah, I got the items to the door. I said, yeah, I still got a few more items. I said, but I got it though. And I was saying in such a way that for him to feel like, okay, well, dude, you kind of like being impatient, because like, I still got more to do. Y'all order was 86 items. Like, come on, fam, you can't be considerate and give me some damn time to get y'all groceries to the garage door. So he gonna say the most rude. This was the most rude suggestion of BS that is the most annoying, and as to why us Pisces are sensitive, because y'all, any other Pisces would have said and felt the same way. Like, dude, this man gonna say, oh man, you ever thought about investing in a wagon? And I wanted to say something so slick, but I knew I would have lost my job. Like, dude, I ain't even finna let you gaslight me like that. I ain't even finna let you get me in. Like, I ain't even finna let you get under my skin, even though I really could say some shit right now to make you and the rest of your family, in the house look bad. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not finna do an eye for eye. So I'm like, you know what? He said, oh, you ever thought about investing in a wagon for Instacart? I'm like, no. I know about wagons and whatnot, but that's not what it's used for. You're really supposed to use, and let me say one more thing. When it comes to a wagon, that's for somebody that's lazy. I feel like when you are lazy, yeah, you might have a wagon for a delivery that's literally just to a garage door. Like, that to me is just lazy. Now, not to mention, if you delivering to let's say 4-story or look, 10th floor of an apartment, then by all means use the wagon. That's just the common sense. But to me, it's like, I don't need a wagon to deliver to your garage door. Why would hell would I? That looks so ridiculous if for me to pull out a damn wagon just to wheel off some Gatorade packages to your garage door. But it's like, instead of just waiting, where did that energy come from? Like, where did that negative energy erupt from? It's like, y'all didn't even have to say anything to me. See that? Y'all could have just let me do my thing, or just went and got your own damn groceries, bought your own damn groceries. That's what I'm saying. It's like, to me, people are just, I believe in this world, why people get hurt. It's because they don't know how to be quiet. Like, when people are doing their job, you don't know what kind of money they got. Then this funny thing was, he kept telling me like, oh, you want to buy one? You want to buy one? You want to buy a wagon? I'm like, bro, I'm working, bro. What are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Like, so my little thing with my arsenal, and like I say, as us Pisces often do, my arsenal for people that talk trash and do that type of stuff is just to simply act like I don't understand what they're saying. So I was just acting like Boo Boo the Fool, and I was like, hey, well, I guess I said, hey, with the wagon thing, no, I said, I don't really know. I said, what's a wagon? I really don't really need that. So it's like, and then I only said I didn't need it because I was waiting for what they, the smart comment that they had for even initiating and even suggesting that idea to me. I was like, no, I don't really need the wagon. Then he was like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because he said, yes, you do, because this took way longer than what it's supposed to. My daughter does Instacart. I'm like, I don't give a shit if your damn cat or your dog does Instacart. I don't need no damn wagon, and y'all out here rushing me and hovering over me as if like y'all trying to make me just skedaddle and hurry up. But this is the funny thing, you guys. I know why they were really mad. They were mad because because they knew I was smart enough to take a picture. See, what I've noticed is where people, if it's something that, because it wouldn't have been no reason for her to be outside in the first place. It's like, you already know the hell's going on. These freaking mosquitoes, dude. Yeah, it's like when you man, this freaking city is crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing my recordings back in the house, man. This is ridiculous. I tried to do something different and I end up all this extra noise and shit, bro. And then on top of that, people just want to see what the fuck they want to. Hey, I really apologize for cussing, man. It's not really what I was trying to do. Just frustrated because like now people just be looking because they trying to see who the hell you talking to. Yeah, I was like, I'm finna start, you know what I feel like doing? I'm finna start vlogging, because now it's like, what's the point of people just staring at me? And it's like, bro, what is you looking at, bro? You gonna watch me talk to the damn steering wheel for what, an hour? Because you just that goddamn nosy? Like, you just came here to go to the grocery store, just go shopping. Damn. What's up? I don't know. Maybe I just mind my own goddamn bit. I just keep cussing, man. I'm gonna stop cussing on it, my bad, y'all. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I mind my own business to not really be into somebody else's business. If somebody looking in their steering wheel, obviously they're on the phone. Like, come on, bro. But like, people just rude. They pull up to me and they turn their goddamn almost did it again. They turn their radio up and it's irritating. So now I gotta roll my windows up. Now the thing about it is, yeah, so the sensitivity, to go more in depth with about it, is like, that's just the Pisces intuition letting you know that obviously there's something more, there's something deeper going on than what is said. Okay, it's almost like you could tell when somebody's upset about something, and then it might hurt their pride or their ego by your actions. And then it's like, oh, that person is mad at you, so they're gonna secretly punish you by, talking trash, telling you need a wagon, trying to gaslight you, so maybe they can get you in trouble some way, somehow, by you saying something to them. Because that's the thing with me. Even no matter what job I do, I always try to make sure that I do less talking with the customer, because it opens up more room for you to be accused of doing something or saying something that the person, they can make it up. They can say, oh, the driver said, the delivery driver said to me something that I found inappropriate. Because you really gotta be careful not to get into a whole conversation with that customer, unless you and that customer already know each other. You already got a good rapport with each other. Otherwise, if it's like a customer you never seen before, you really don't, you want to do more listening, less talking. Because literally, like, some people are just con artists. Like, they just find a way to get free stuff out of the Instacart company by lying. And my thing is, like, if you really mad about the fact that I asked for the picture, just voice your complaints, or just say that, oh, I don't like the fact that you. And I don't understand, what would in the comments, you guys, is it really that bad to say, by any means, that I, even if I deliver to your garage door, I still have to take a picture? Because this is the thing, it has nothing to do with your personal opinion, that, oh, you're taking a picture because you're trying to, like, accuse them of being dishonest. But I always feel like some people have a guilty conscience because they are dishonest. But that's how Instacart works, is on the app, is the fact that if the order says that you must meet the customer, like I say, you don't need to take a picture, because the order is already, it's like it already knows that, okay, it's okay for you to just drop that order off. And mind you, the customer is the one that actually chooses this prompt. So if the customer chooses that the order be delivered and to leave it at the door, then common sense, you got to follow the instructions. The directions is saying, okay, once you click the button to leave that door, the picture, the camera's gonna open up. So that tells you got to take a picture. So you're not doing anything on your own that is disrespectful by getting that picture. Because what I'm gonna tell you, I've been in a situation when I first started where I didn't take a picture, and the prompt on my phone told me that I needed to take a picture. I didn't think it was important, because I'm like, okay, I'm delivering it, and I didn't think somebody was gonna lie and say they didn't receive their order. Lo and behold, that's exactly what they did. So it was like they basically said, oh, they didn't receive their order. Now, the sensitivity situation is, like they say with us Pisces, they say we're very, very, very sensitive. So it's like, when a Pisces is real sensitive, it really means that we are very open to things that don't, like, especially things that are not comfortable. That's the word I'm looking for. Things that are not comfortable. And a lot of times we have to be comfortable in most situations that we involve ourselves in. We call it, some may say it's peacefulness. We need that peacefulness. And then we don't feel comfortable with certain people, even if we're just like me, just sitting in the car. Like, it's we have, okay, put it like this, just like somebody being on your radar. You have that radar. You like, right now I'm sitting in my car, and even though I'm, it's a just me type of situation, we still have people that's lurking, moving around us. We're still watching them, because it's just like a spiritual radar. You feel it emotionally that, okay, I gotta feel safe, because while you're emotionally tuned into the situation that is around you, that you are in public. So you notice that anything can happen. So, not that you will worry about it, but you got to be on point. Now, the thing about it is, we look at a situation on a soulful level. Now, when it comes to emotions, like I say, we don't just feel them, we absorb them. So that's why I said, like, you can almost know what somebody is saying because you're sensitive to the spirit. You're sensitive to knowing how they're currently thinking about a situation. You can observe somebody and you can almost pinpoint what that person is thinking and why. So it's like, yeah, you know, with the Neptune influence, it automatically gonna give you that natural intuitiveness. It's almost, it's like I say, it's very powerful, it's very strong. So, you know, what's so crazy is that you're gonna use that, you're gonna use the empathy, because I'm telling you, it's natural for you as a Pisces. It's almost like anything that you walk past you're gonna empathize with it. So that by you being able to do that, you're gonna be able to feel what others feel. See, that's why when people say, well, dang, for example, like, how did you know that lady was upset with you when you know, delivered her groceries to the garage? And it's almost like you told her, as I said, I still need a picture, even though I'm delivering to your garage door, not your front door. Now, there would be no reason for a person to take offense to that, only if they had bad motives, bad intentions. So like I say, as a Pisces being sensitive, you definitely can feel that. Now, the thing about it is, a Pisces can feel your emotions pertaining to how you feel. So let's say you having a bad day. Let's say you feeling sad. Let's say, you know, even if it's something on the opposite, you definitely can feel it. Jupiter said people want to be around that Pisces energy because they can tell that you're operating on a higher frequency. Facts. And I felt that too, because, and I'm only using my story as an example. As of today, what just transpired was exactly like everything I felt was dead on about the customer. Now, I know the customer probably was, you know, another thing to, okay, another thing to mention is the fact that you, if you ignore your intuition, if you ignore what you're sensitive to, you end up paying for it. Now, those lessons, they hurt to the core. It's a soulful hurt, because like, it makes you feel, you know, you will feel stupid for not listening to your intuition in the first place. So it's like, if your intuition show you something, and it's almost like your intuition gives you the right to feel a certain type of way. So it's like, if you know somebody don't trust you and they're telling you, you know, to stand, oh, you know, it's a Ring camera at the front door, and you know that it's clearly that you're the delivery driver, and as soon as you ring the Ring camera, like all these, like, you know, security cameras are flashing at you. It's almost like somebody done took a damn picture, and it's almost like a person is telling you to slide it through the door like a drive-through. It's like certain things, your intuition gonna tell you all of that, like what's happening, to prepare you for what, you know, for something that's not seen yet. Then lo and behold, the customer is like, yeah, you know, you delivered they order, and next thing you know, they trying to collect their order through a drive-through assembled front door or screen door, and next thing you know, they got on oven mitts. It's like, oh, they don't like, even, you know what I'm saying? It's not about the germs, you know, it's about you. It's personal. Like, I don't want you like touching my food. I don't even want to touch you. So like, somebody does something extra, it's almost like you can just become intuitive to know, like, oh, you really just don't like my kind. Like, okay, you that petty where you gonna put on some oven mitts, and you got all this security camera and all this bull crap, just because you are afraid, or something about my kind bothered you or did something to you to give you that fearful mindset. So that's why I tell people, like, it's always something much more than meets the eye when you going up against things of sensitive. When you're sensitive to other people's energies, you pick up on why, and you realize that it's not something that's just like surface level. It's not something like even on a personal level. It's something just way more, like Jupiter says, it's like a frequency. Another thing too is you're not gonna know why you're responding when you're sensitive to other energies. You're not gonna know why you are. It's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel like, you may feel like It's funny too, because you always feel like you're the only one that's feeling it. So it's like, as soon as you feel somebody else's energy on a whole like different level, you feel like the empathy. Just like if you was to be minding your own business, you look across the street, like, where's Waldo, and it's like it's like in front of you was just like a plain picture, but it's like in the corner of your eye, you see a man like literally, standing there with his arms folded, just watching you. And it's like, wait a minute, how long this dude been like sitting here watching me? Like, damn, you didn't see him, clearly, until you felt something in your eyes, like it's like you felt it first, and then all of a sudden it's almost like your spirit just locked in on it, and it's like it led your eyes straight to that person. And I always say that it has something to do with energy, because it's like you can literally be looking up, you could be looking up like at the sky, or just looking up, and next thing you know, if you see a big skyscraper building that has like, what, 100 floors or something like that, it might just be somebody literally looking at you from a balcony, and it was something that led your eyes to look up like that. And it's like you couldn't really describe it, but you felt it. And that's why I always say you really absorb and really feel different energies. That's how strong your sensitivity is, and you can't have one without the other. You definitely need your sensitivity to match what you're intuitive about, because you got to decipher if it's something of good or if it's something bad. Now, this another thing too, is the fact that you as a Pisces, you're gonna be in tune with the things that are unseen. That goes back to you being able to spot the guy in the corner of your eye out of a dealership of cars and people walking, and you see the one guy, the arms crossed, and he's been staring and observing you. So that's why I say that can be pertaining to someone with a bad energy. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if they're not showing any kind gestures while they're doing it, then they can be up to no good. Maybe they'll call the police on you, and that could be why the police showed up. See, it could have been him across the street the whole time. He been watching you. You didn't even notice. You didn't even notice it, and it's like, boom, that's why the police pulled up. But sometimes you just end up paying attention to the end results, to where you only remember the police pulling up. You don't know who called them. So it's like, though, in those moments, that's why I say it's always somebody watching you, and you will feel it, because the energy shifts. It goes from pleasant to worse. It goes pleasant to like, okay, now something's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you pay your energy. When the energy shifts, so does the tone, the body language. You get people, some people walking near you and staring at you, and we got this thing called being paranoid. It's not being paranoid. That means you're just spiritually woke. You're susceptible to something that's off about whatever was currently happening, because you felt that energy shift. See? And the thing about it is, you can feel those hidden vibes that's going on around you. Or like the word I like to use is hovering. And what Jupiter said, I get that a lot too. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Like, it ain't just, it's not just when I make the videos and lives. It could be anybody that has this sensitive, that could pick up on the sensitivity of situations. But when it comes to Pisces, if Pisces hones in on this, it's very powerful. But it's not just, like I say, just for us, but it's for everybody. But what a lot of times is why I say Pisces, because when it comes to certain zodiac signs, they don't tend to use it the way Pisces does. They don't actually use it as a tool. It's like they may say, yeah, sometimes I do this or that, but they may stick to a more logical way of looking at things. Now, the thing about it is, we get into this thing with like imaginations, okay? Now, sometimes people may confuse these imaginations with overthinking. See, and I hate this, because this is what covers up what you actually, this actually covers up your power. Because if you don't believe what you thought you saw, it's almost like, oh, now someone observing would say, oh, you're just overthinking it. That's not what happened. Your mind playing tricks on you or something. Or, hey, you just got strong imaginations that, that's just how you look at life more than what it is. And it's like, no, because the thing about it is, you can imagine, yeah, a person like that may think like, okay, they could look at it and imagine the worst case scenario in that situation. But trust and believe, you can really tell if somebody is being dry with you. Why is that? Because they can send you a cold text message, or you could just hear it in a voice, a dry tone. See that? So that's why I always say, like, how do we know that to be true? If you say, hey man, how was your day? And it doesn't really sound like that person feels like talking to you, they like, it was good. It's like a dryness when they talk to you. That's how you know that they don't it's something in their tone that's going to let your intuition know that, okay, this person, it's not that you're imagining that they have an attitude towards you. See that? So, and then it's almost like, if you want to confirm that it's against you, then you have your sister, you have somebody else say the same thing and see how they respond. See? So that's why I always tell people, like, some people have an attitude and sometimes it's against you. And hey, they might not do the same type of behavior with somebody else. So, if you care to know, that's how you will find out. Now, the thing about it is, a Pisces, they remember the feeling, so we all see things in its memory form, okay? Just like memory foam. If you sleep on memory foam cushions, it all oftentimes, remembers the way you slept to actually know, how much comfort, or, the way that it actually, adjusts to your body. So it's almost like the same thing when it comes to a Pisces. They remember what they felt. And see, if something that they may have visited gave them a feeling of, discomfort, 9 times out of 10, Pisces ain't gonna want to even go through that anymore. That's why I blocked the lady after that experience. I'm like, damn, because we have to stop thinking that people, well, I'll say this first. Like, sometimes we think people are having a bad day, and we gotta stop thinking like that. So yeah, it may come off like we internalize everything, and or I would say yes, most of the time we do. We have to internalize it, because a lot of times we tend to replay the situation in our heads over and over, and we wonder why and what went wrong when it went wrong. So it's like, we have this memory phase of how we saw, how things transpired. Now, this is the thing, to how things transpired, to see if it was even our fault. What we just look at our actions and see, did I do anything wrong to cause this person to be nasty to me? See? But you got to understand that you can't give somebody a second chance to punch you in the face. It's like, they do something disrespectful the first time. What makes you think the next time, do you even want to take the chance of even having them even remember you just to run it back? Like, no, no, like, I ain't gonna give you a second chance to try to, like, piss me off. Like, if you failed the first time, because then you might try to prepare something, a little more slicker. So it's like, I'm not going to give you that type of that energy to, shift it into tricking me. So that's why I say we all have emotional memories of things, especially if it was personal, or, what I'm saying, or not. So we definitely got to really, pay attention to it. Now, another thing we have is we have the sensitivity to what's spiritual. So oftentimes that looks like we may it's not going to be just people. Sometimes it's the environment. We don't want to go to certain areas because they're, technically bad, bad areas. So that's something spiritual that we feel, and we know we got to live by and stick to it. So, and another thing too, and I know a lot of Pisces feel this way, is in the comments, let me know if you feel this way. Like, and be honest, like, sometimes you can mask your pain. So let's say you've been treated wrong in a situation when you had good intentions, and you might feel sad, or you might feel like a victim. You might feel like, damn, this had to happen to me. I had to be the one for them to unleash their anger on, or I had to be the one to take the fall for their bad day. And it's like, well, you sometimes you may mask your pain, you may look calm, you may be a little goofy, you might be chill on the outside, but it's like, but on the inside, you're processing them storm of feelings that you just experienced, though. It's something that just happened. And it's like, as much as you hate the conflict so much, it's almost like you're trying to hide the fact that that you're sensitive with that smile you're wearing. So what I always oftentimes would rather say is the fact to just remember and reflect, like, okay, it's not your fault to feel what you feel. Like, sometimes it's better to, not to let your whole day be ruined by that experience, but in the moment, I'm saying, you don't have to do that, because you have the right to feel how you feel. What just happened is almost like, yeah, you have the right to feel mad, or you had the right to feel upset. You have the right to feel sad if it was something that was bogus, but just don't stay there all day, is what I'm saying. Like, in the present moment, you could just be like, damn, that was messed up. But it's like, don't feel like, oh man, I can't be mad right now, because you might just have that pride that want other people seeing you look like you in your feelings or something. Now it's when it comes to us Pisces and the sensitivity, we embody the 12th house vibes. So it's in our nature. So don't be like thinking like, oh, that you might be wondering, why are you wired like that? You might be wondering like, dang, why do I why do I hone in? Why do I always see hidden things that are hidden from me and others? And why do I respond the way that I do? And you might actually see the karma, and you could see this. It could be something that's done subconsciously, to where it's like you always see other people's karma just as well as yours. You know why it's happening. You understand the solid lessons behind it. And also, the karma is not always bad for you, Pisces. Sometimes your karma is just teaching you how to do things differently. Meaning, if somebody treats you wrong, your intuition and that sensitivity you feeling is telling you maybe it's time to find a better job. Or it might be something that it could be a lesson behind it. Like I said, a solid lesson telling you that do not, you don't have to take this person order again. Just something to just give you that uplifting and, to encourage you to not feel like you have to be a constant help to people. Or just the way you may think like, oh, somebody trying to put you down, you could just be like, oh, well, you guys have a great, enjoy the rest of your day. It's a way to actually get people off of you by the way you carry yourself. But it's like, you got to know that sometimes these are just tests to see if if your energy is like, basically to see the growth. Like, okay, maybe in the past you were receptive to, doing things a certain way, and it kept getting you in trouble. But then, like, this situation could come about again to test your emotional intensity, to see like, okay, are you gonna get mad again, or hey, are you just gonna continue on and stop caring about what other people think about you? Because once you do that, once you stop caring about how other people think about you, then the stuff, when people say their opinion and they're being nitpicky and trying to suggest things to you, and ain't even gonna phase you, because it's gonna be like the number one root thing for yourself is to stop people pleasing. Like, you don't give a damn what they say. If they don't like the way you look, they don't like what you got on, it's like, well, okay, well, that's your problem, but you don't let it stop you. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, you guys. I will catch you guys on the next video. I got a lot of videos dropping this week, so stay tuned for it. And smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.